Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? Ganesh here, and today in this video we're gonna be reviewing Sasuke Uchiha, the Wanderer Ninja, and yes, it's about time we finally do his full kit review. The only reason why I haven't done it before is because I got shafted so bad when he came out for the first time. I didn't get his ultimates from I think around 3,000 to 4,000 Shinobites. I'm gonna try to find the video and add it to the with the link in the description below if you guys would like to see it. Back then we had only 1% chance to get the featured ultimate from the banners, and it was horrible. Like, people that are getting lucky with the singles now used to get lucky in like one or two multis, so you can see how terrible the rates were. But finally we have the ultimate. I think I got the ultimate like a month ago, or maybe a couple of days before the anniversary started. So now I have time. I'm gonna be doing the full kit review. I'm gonna be going over every single one of his jutsus and the ultimate jutsu, of course. So let's get started with the Almighty Bush. And by the way, he's not the only one character that has the Almighty Bush in his kit. Bane just got his Almighty Bush as well in his recats, and it's slightly better than this one, but I mean, it's a recat compared to the base cat. And it's pretty much the same CB cost. The cooldown went down by 2 seconds. The base power has went up a little bit, and the range is bigger a little bit as well. So yeah, we're just gonna test the range right now. So as for Sasuke Wonder Ninja, he has a range of a circle that has a maximum of 4x4, and Bane has a slightly bigger range. So we're gonna watch it right now. As you can see, Sasuke has slightly lower or smaller range than the one that Bane has in his character. Now you can use the Almighty Bush to knock back the enemies that are attacking you with their regular attacks. If the enemies are using ninjutsu or all their ultimate jutsu, of course, you cannot knock them back. The best thing about the Almighty Bush, however, is that it has an iframe. The iframe is very small, but it's still doable, and if you master it, you can actually use it on the right time. Now, it's very hard to actually get it. Like, in order for me to actually get this footage of him defying the Almighty Bush ultimate of Bane, basically I had to do it like 4 or 5 times. So it's right there. It's possible to get it. I've seen a lot of Sasuke's that actually survive ultimates in the fortress in defense because of this iframe in their Almighty Bush, but it's still not possible to get it all the time. It's quite hard to actually get it right on time. Next up, we have the Inferno style Flame Control Kugitsu. So I would say this is actually the best jutsu he has in his cat. If he ever gets a recat, probably this jutsu is going to be transferred from the old cat to the new cat, and you're probably going to sacrifice the Almighty Bush for this one. So at some point, he was one of the two characters that had only the defense debuff in the game. The second one was Itachi version 2 with his Amaterasu. Amaterasu had the medium effect. This one has the small effect. But unlike Amaterasu, this one keeps going and hits every single target that it faces on its way until it hits the wall. And the cooldown is only 8 seconds. The CB cost is only 80, and it does damage as well. So it's a really good jutsu in my opinion, and as I mentioned, it's probably gonna stay in the game in case he gets a recat, unless the new cat has Amaterasu in it and it has the same defense debuff as a better effect, like a medium effect or even a huge effect. So you're gonna have to sacrifice this jutsu then for the better version. But yeah, you can see actually the difference now on Hokage Naruto. If you hit with a Black Chidori using without the effect, I mean, you can actually do only 1,800 damage, but with the effect, the small effect, by the way, you can do 5,200 damage. It's a huge difference, and that's why probably the defense debuff is one of the best effects in the game right now, along with the damage over time effect. Speaking of the Black Chidori or the Onyx Chidori, it's actually a very aggressive attack. You can never expect it. It's very fast. And speaking of the speed, by the way, Sasuke Wonder Ninja is one of the fastest characters in the game. Speed-wise, he is in the same tier as Hako and a couple of other characters that are in the top of the speed of the game. They're very aggressive and they're very fast, and Onyx Chidori basically helps him get into that point where he is one of the most aggressive characters in the game. I would say he's actually like slightly less aggressive than than Madara. Madara is really aggressive with his kits. Sasuke Wonder Ninja is like the second level after him, or like a slightly like the level under him, under Madara. So basically, overall, Sasuke Wonder Ninja is somehow a smaller version of Madara. But again, Sasuke was like released 4 months before Madara was released, so you get the point. He's not as good as Madara because of the time difference between both of them. But yeah, Onyx Tsurugi is a really good jutsu, and you can actually use it to go over traps. A lot of people used to do that before we actually found out that you can use the regular attack combos to actually activate or deactivate the tornado traps. So you can either use it and wait for 6 seconds to cool down and use it again to go over the tornado traps and bear traps as well. Or you can just use the regular attacks, which is a more convenient way. You can just like save time and CB that way. You can just use the first two regular attacks to go over the tornado trap and then go back real quick, and you're just gonna be able to escape the tornado trap. Next up, we have the Susanoo ultimate, which in my opinion is the coolest ultimate in the game. I really love it. I'm so happy that I actually have it in the game right now. I was so sad that I didn't get it the first time that I bowled for it. But now I have it. It has 60 seconds cooldown, 300 CB cost. I think the base power at level 1 is like 4,000. By the way, I built another copy from, I think from the anniversary bowls. I can't really remember where I got it from, but it doesn't really matter. I have it at level 3 right now. Um, it has a really huge range, by the way. At some point, it was the biggest range in the game. It has a 7 by 7 range. And then I think Bane came out after Sasuke. It's really funny how Bane came after Sasuke, like came out for the first time after Sasuke got released, and now Bane has a recut. Sasuke doesn't have a recut yet. But yeah, when Bane came out with his Almighty Bush ultimates, he outclassed this range. But this range, however, is still so powerful. It has, as I mentioned, 7 by 7 range. The seventh line starts from his line where he is standing on, because he can kill enemies that are standing right beside him. And there's an eighth line that is like the middle point in the eighth line in front of him, right in front of him, is actually also included in the ultimate. It has a really huge range, pretty much almost covers the whole map. He doesn't kill enemies that are behind him, but it's a really cool ultimate. I love the animations. Again, it's probably one of the best animation in the game so far. Next up, we're going to be testing the range of every one of his jutsus, whether they actually go through walls or not. We're starting off with the Inferno style, and it doesn't go through walls, as I mentioned before. It kills everything on its way, but it stops when it comes to the wall. The Onyx Chidori can actually go through walls, but it can only go to the square that is right behind the wall. So it can destroy installations that are like chilling behind the wall. In case there's something like the needles that are 1 square away from the wall, they cannot, the Onyx Chidori cannot get there. However, the Almighty Bush can get all the way there. The ultimate, however, has the biggest range, as I mentioned before. It can clean the whole map if you want. It cleans the map from all installations. Every single shinobi that is alive there or summoned there, they all die. Except, of course, if any of them has an iframe or use an iframe jutsu, then that could be a problem with his ultimate. That's probably the only problem with his ultimate, because it's a very quick ultimate, and it's a one-hit ultimate. If any character used an iframe jutsu, the ultimate is going to be useless. Overall, I would say Sasuke Uchiha Wandering Ninja is one of the best characters in the game. Maybe he has been going down in the list of the top tier characters recently because of all the recuts that the other characters have been getting. I don't understand why Bane got a recut before Sasuke got one, because Bane was released after Sasuke. But I'm really hoping that Sasuke gets a recut very soon to actually make him on top of the tier list again. However, he's not really bad, considering that there's a lot of other characters that are kind of better than him now. He is still one of the most aggressive characters in the game. If you put him in your defense, he might get you a lot of kills, especially if you give him some good installations to increase his attack, and maybe some traps to help him outspeed the other characters that are attacking him. Sometimes he actually can clear the whole team on his own in the defense part. In attack mission, maybe he's not the best. His mobility is not the best. I mean, he's very fast, but he doesn't have that kind of teleport that you want to go through the fortress real quick. But overall, if you don't have any other character that has a teleport, he's probably your best bet because he's really fast and he has a lot of ways to actually counter the traps, especially using his own exchangery. In the Sam, maybe he's not the best because his ultimate is a very instant ultimate and it's only one hit ultimate. These kind of ultimates are not good in the Sam. However, he has the Inferno style to debuff the defense of the Sam boss, and that sometimes is helpful to weaken the enemy, the Sam boss, to actually let the other characters do more damage with their ninjutsu or their regular attacks. So overall, Sasuke Uchiha is my favorite character in the game, to be honest. I love the animation of his cat. He's very fast, and I cannot really wait until he gets a recut. That's the only time when I'm actually gonna spend a lot of money on this game to actually get the recut. So hopefully his recut doesn't suck. And yeah, looking forward to that recut. Right now we're gonna be watching, by the way, a clip of the video that I think I did that video like around the anniversary. So it was called Team Susano. If you have watched that before, you don't have to watch the rest of the video, by the way. This is how he looks like in attack mission as a main character. If you guys want to see the rest of the video of all 4 characters that have their Susano in the game currently, by the way, Kakashi is going to get his Susano added to the game in the next event. So there's going to be 5 of them in the game. But yeah, talking about the 4 that we already have in the game, you can watch the whole video of that if you check the link in the description below. But that's all about it in this video, guys. Enjoy the rest, and I will see you guys on the next one. See ya.
目の前に立ちはだかるのなら容赦はしないこれで終わりだもういい手をかはいとかせ無駄だほい準備シナ無駄だ